Crazy Stupid Love is a 2011 movie. It's on Netflix. It's number 2 on top searches. The first movie on top searches is 2 Weeks Notice. I'll give you a short review of that right now. It's a rom-com from 2002 that my fiance and I watched also, I think the next day. It's funny, and that's about it. Okay. Now, Crazy Stupid Love stars Steve Carell as Cal, Julianne Moore as Emily, Emma Stone as Hannah, and Ryan Gosling as Jacob. And they have a 13-year-old son, and they have a younger daughter. If you're a fan of Netflix bad rom-com movies, you are a fan of Joey King. And she was also in The Conjuring. Anyway, our cat attacked me. It's very traumatizing. He bit me a little bit. Anyway, this movie starts off with Cal's wife cheating on Cal with David Lenhagen. I think that's his name. Cal does say it approximately like 50 times overall in the entire movie when he's getting drunk at a bar. Or really, talking at a bar because he has no friends, because his best friend was a couple. The guy that was his best friend, and he breaks up with him at the bar. Jesus Christ! Taco! What the fuck? What the fuck, Taco? No! Fuck! God fucking damn it, Taco! Why'd you attack my face? What? Jeez. Jeez. He literally attacked my face and the phone fell down. Okay, I'm not starting over. Anyway, his best friend character breaks up with him with a bottle of cologne that he got from the mall. And his wife makes him do it because him and his wife were good friends with the other couple. Yeah, it's a married couple thing, I guess. Anywho, Ryan Gosling's character, you would think, how would Ryan Gosling and Steve Carell know each other? He goes to a trendy bar, and Ryan Gosling plays Jacob, and he tries to pick up Hannah at the bar. Hannah does have a boyfriend. She says no. Her boyfriend is like a lawyer. He makes bad puns. They make him look nerdy. He's Josh Groban. He's a singer. Some people might know him from singing, or he's in an episode of Glee. Yeah. I think now he's on a Netflix show, but that's beside the point. Anywho, Ryan Gosling takes him under his wing. He Mr. Miyagi's him. That's Jacob's words, not mine. And Mr. Miyagi's him into like picking up women type of situation. Wax on, wax off. And if you're a fan of Steve Carell, you'll know Steve Carell does not like being waxed. It's a 40-year-old reference joke. Anyway. The person Steve Carell's character Cal sleeps with is what's her name? Marissa Tomei, I think her name is. She's a famous actress. She does show back up in the film. I will not say where, because this will be a spoiler review, but it won't start until I'll give a timestamp or something. If I know how to make a timestamp. If not, then I'll just say spoiler alert. Okay. Anyway, on to reviewing the film that I am currently reviewing. I'm trying to remember what happens next. It is a 3-pronged plot, if you will, with Cal and his wife Emily. That's the main plot. The B plot is me and my fiance thought the B plot was more interesting with Ryan Gosling's character Jacob and Hannah. She breaks up with her boyfriend at passing the bar party because she thought her boyfriend was going to propose, and he does not. And she gets super, like, not super drunk. She just takes like a big drink of like vodka, which she hates, and then another drink of another type of alcohol, which she hates, and then she kisses Ryan Gosling's character. She's like, we're going to your place, let's fucking go, bro. And then he dirty dancing. This is her. He does the move, and and she's like, oh, that's lame, that's not gonna, why would that work, that's not gonna work. And then it works. But they end up talking all night. They do not hook up. She actually gets him to open up because his whole thing is having other people open up, other people talk about themselves, which it's a tactic where he doesn't have to be vulnerable because he is also a ladies' man and he does not want to be vulnerable. He talks about his mother, who was very vain, and whose father he had lost. He didn't lose his dad like in a crowd or something. His dad died. And basically, when you hear that, you put two and two together. It's like, oh, Cal is like his father figure. And basically best friend, because you never see Jacob talking to anyone else. I know it's a movie, and he knows people. He's rich with, he works somewhere, I guess. He has a lot of money. He's probably like a business guy or something. Anyway, they never say what he does, right? I'm guessing. Cal's in insurance, and Julianne Moore's character is also, like, I think she works for something. They specifically say where she works. I just forgot. Anyway, she does go on a date with David Lindhagen, and before that, Cal's son is like, you may have slept with my mom, but my mom and dad are in love, so basically, essentially, fuck off, David Lindhagen. David Lindhagen is also played by Kevin Bacon, and 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, all of them have worked with Kevin Bacon. The C plot is probably the weakest one, I would say. It's the babysitter and this 13-year-old son. 13-year-old son is obsessed with the babysitter. He makes it clear to her that he is in love with her. He does the scarlet letter thing, which does not work. She's just embarrassed. And fun fact, she was in a movie called Easy A, which is basically a modern retelling of the Scarlet Letter, and that came out the year before that, so 2010. It's a little funny, but Emma Stone is not in that part of the plot, so I think it's just like an Easter egg, I think. Anyway, there is a parent-teacher conference, and what happens there is the first woman that Cal sleeps with, because he does go through a sleeping with women montage, like Ryan Gosling's earlier montage of sleeping with women. Anyway, the first woman that he sleeps with ends up being his son's teacher. So she gets pissed. Then he reveals that he has slept with 9 women. And then, but she also says that she doesn't want to be a hypocrite because she did sleep with someone. That's why they are on a break. And then it looks like they're gonna make up, but it's too early to make up. So the teacher says, oh, did he also call you cute, the perfect mixture of cute and sexy? And then she's like, oh, you only called me that. And he basically goes into a depression. He tries to call Jacob, who is currently having a like a love montage with Hannah, which the audience doesn't really see. And the C plot. And then the babysitter gets advice from the school. I don't want to say the girl that sleeps with a lot of people, older guys. I mean specifically. She gets advice from her, and then she's like, the advice is just take risque pictures of yourself and give it to him, and won't see you as like a child, basically. That's what happens in the movie. That's a point. And she takes the risque photos. This is PG-13, so there's no, she's supposed to be 17, so that'd be creepy anyway. There's no weird or creep parts in this. It's a romantic dramedy. Anyway, there is a twist coming up. It is right now. If you want my thoughts about the movie, I'd give it a 4 out of 5 Michael breakdowns from The Office, and I'd say it's a really good romantic dramedy. It's a happy ending. Everybody smiles at the camera at the end, and then it cuts the title over. Okay. So I think it's a good movie. Anyway, the plot twist. Jacob does answer Cal, or Jacob calls Cal, and he's like, I'm sorry I was off the reservation. I was with my girlfriend. It's to the point where he's meeting his girlfriend's mom, which is a big deal for Jacob, and he said he's proud of him. Cal says he's proud of him. And, yes. So, he's trying to win his wife back because he got advice from his son, and they used to play mini golf, so he sets up this whole mini golf thing in his backyard. He involves his 2 kids, or his, 2 kids. And then it turns out that Hannah is Cal and Emily's oldest daughter, and that Jacob can't put 2 and 2 together. He's like doing the math inside his head, the like calculus, like a meme, assume is happening like right behind him. He's like, wait a minute, what the fuck? And then the pictures that she took, her mother still does her laundry, and she's snooping, so she looks through her like drawers, and she finds the envelope that says Cal, and then like a bunch of hearts or stars or something, and then she looks at them and is like, oh no, she says something. Oh no, she says like bussy or something, maybe. I don't know. And then I don't know why she does this. She shows the pictures to her husband, the babysitter's father, and then the babysitter's father goes in the car, and he thinks that Cal's taking advantage of his daughter, but that's not the case. She's just in love with him, and she wanted to get his attention. So she follows him out in her car. It's basically like a race to Cal's house. And then David Lindhagen show up before, or I think it's after everybody's fighting, right? Okay, yeah. Then Cal's best friend before tries to beat him up because he thinks he's taking advantage of his daughter, which is not the case. The daughter's just in love with him, and she says that. And the dad still tries to beat him up. And then David Lindhagen shows up, and he's Jacob's like, this is David Lindhagen, huh? He punches David Lindhagen in the jaw. And then Cal tries to beat up Jacob. Just like a tackle hug type of situation. That's pretty funny. The cops get involved, and they basically say, okay, keep it in the family. And then Jacob laughs, and then Cal's basically like, okay, you can't see my daughter. This is already going on for 15 minutes. It's a little long. I wanted it to be about 10 minutes, but that's not the case anymore. Anyway, after that, Cal sees Jacob, and he essentially says he wants his blessing to date Hannah. And he does not give his blessing. He sees that Cal sees that Jacob is changing, but he still won't give him his blessing because he knows that he was a ladies' man. He is changing for the better because of Hannah, but he still doesn't want to give him his blessing. Anyway, the end of the movie comes up because there is an 8th grade graduation. And me and my fiance did not have 8th grade graduations, but I'll give it, it's a movie, and I guess that people do it. And the son is valedictorian. So he basically says, like, oh, love's a lie. Love's some stupid bullshit, you know. It's not what he says, but I'm paraphrasing, of course. Anyway, Cal says my son is wrong. He's 13. I don't want to say that 13-year-old's stupid about love or anything, but he says how Cal and Emily met as at 15, and they just dated each other. And you know, he doesn't know if it's gonna work between him and his wife. And then, but you assume that they're gonna work it out and get back together. And then the teacher flips him off. It's pretty funny. And then what happens after that, because Jacob and Hannah are at the graduation, and he basically gives him his blessing, and then he slaps Ryan Gosling a couple times because that's a callback to earlier in the film where Ryan Gosling's character just slapped Steve Carell for bad taste. And that's pretty funny. And then Emily and Cal talk, they're laughing. And then Jacob and Hannah, it seems like they're having a great time, a grand old time. And then the son and babysitter talk, and she and she gives him the nudes that she took, which is a little weird because she took those for his dad. But everybody smiles at the camera, and I give it a 4 out of 5 Dwight meltdowns. Anyway, that is the review, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.